Kurt Russell's journey through Hollywood is not just a story of fame, but of steady endurance. Born in 1951, he grew up in a household where ambition and creativity were part of daily life. His father, a working actor, and his mother, a performer, created an environment that blended discipline with artistic expression. From an early age, Kurt learned that success required effort, patience, and resilience. While others saw opportunity, he often felt the pressure of expectations. This balance between privilege and responsibility quietly shaped his character long before the world came to know his name. Childhood between lights and longing. As a child actor, Kurt stepped into professional life earlier than most. Studio sets replaced playgrounds and scripts became part of his daily routine. Though he found success quickly, there was always a sense that something was missing. The simple joys of childhood often slipped past him as work took priority. Even then, he held on to small moments of normalcy, especially through sports. Baseball became his refuge, a place where he could simply be himself. Those early years taught him an important lesson. Even in success, it's possible to feel disconnected from who you truly are. Dreams interrupted and redirected. For a time, baseball wasn't just a hobby, it was his dream. Playing in the minor leagues gave him a sense of control and identity outside of acting. But an injury ended that path abruptly. Losing that dream was a turning point. It forced him to confront uncertainty and rethink his future. Instead of breaking him, it redirected his focus. He returned to acting not because it was easy, but because it was still open to him. That moment became one of the earliest examples of his ability to adapt, rebuild, and keep moving forward without losing his sense of self. Reinventing himself in Hollywood. The transition from child actor to adult performer is never simple, and Kurt faced that challenge head-on. The roles that once defined him no longer fit, and the industry struggled to see him differently. For a while, opportunities slowed, but instead of forcing change, he focused on growth. He worked steadily, taking on varied roles and refining his craft. When his breakthrough as a more mature actor came, it felt earned rather than sudden. He proved that reinvention doesn't happen overnight. It comes from patience, persistence, and the willingness to evolve quietly behind the scenes. Success without illusion. With major film roles came recognition, but Kurt never fully embraced the illusion of Hollywood glamour. He understood that success could be temporary and that public attention could shift quickly. Rather than chasing validation, he focused on consistency. His career became less about peaks and more about longevity. Even when some projects didn't receive immediate praise, he remained grounded. Over time, many of those works gained appreciation, reinforcing his belief that true value isn't always immediate. This mindset allowed him to navigate both success and setbacks without losing balance. Personal life and hard lessons. Kurt's personal life brought its own challenges. His first marriage ended quietly, not with conflict, but with distance. It was a reminder that relationships require presence, something difficult to maintain in a demanding career. Despite the separation, he remained committed to being a father. He prioritized time with his son, creating moments of connection even when life felt fragmented. Those experiences reshaped his understanding of love and responsibility. He learned that relationships aren't defined by perfection, but by effort, care, and the willingness to keep showing up. Finding lasting love. When Kurt met Goldie Hawn, both had already experienced life's ups and downs. Their connection wasn't built on fantasy, but on understanding. They chose to build a life together without relying on traditional expectations. Over the years, their relationship became a quiet example of stability in an unpredictable industry. They focused on family, creating a home filled with warmth and shared values. Their bond showed that lasting love isn't about grand gestures, it's about consistency, mutual respect, and choosing each other through every phase of life. Building a life beyond fame. Away from the spotlight, Kurt invested in a life that reflected his priorities. Homes, especially their ranch in Colorado, became spaces of peace rather than status. He valued simplicity, finding meaning in routine and connection rather than attention. Whether spending time with family or working on personal projects, he built a life grounded in reality. This balance helped him stay centered, even as his career continued to evolve. It's a reminder that fulfillment often comes from what we build privately, not what is displayed publicly. Loss and reflection. Like everyone, Kurt faced loss of loved ones, mentors, and moments that could never return. These experiences didn't define him, but they deepened his perspective. Grief became something he carried quietly, shaping how he valued time and relationships. Instead of retreating completely, he used those moments to reconnect with what mattered most. Family, memory, and presence took on greater meaning. Through loss, he gained a clearer understanding of life's fragility and the importance of appreciating what remains. Aging with awareness. As the years passed, Kurt began to slow down, not out of defeat but out of awareness. Physical demands that once felt routine required more care. He adjusted without losing his sense of purpose. Instead of measuring himself by what he could do, he focused on how he lived. Health, family, and balance became priorities. This stage of life brought a quieter kind of strength, the ability to adapt without resistance. It's a reminder that growth doesn't stop with age. It simply takes on a different form. A legacy of endurance. Kurt Russell's life is ultimately a story of endurance. Not dramatic, not perfect, but steady and real. His legacy isn't just in the films he made, but in the way he lived, consistently, thoughtfully, and with quiet determination. He showed that success isn't about constant recognition, but about staying true to your path. Through challenges, changes, and time itself, he continued to move forward. And in that persistence lies something lasting, a life built not on moments of glory, but on the simple, powerful act of continuing.